just filmed another video, and this one is like different that I've ever done. I low-key am like, I don't know how to feel about it, but I'm putting it up anyway. Because, yeah, I don't know, maybe it's cool. I don't watch my videos back. Like, once I film a video, I'm putting it up, and that's it. And I just hope for the best. I hope there's no technical problems. I hope that there's like no issues or anything. Like, I hope that it's tingly and relaxing, because I will never know. Like, I will only know through feedback, because I cannot sit and like watch an ASMR video of myself. I just don't want to do it. Like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get to a point where I decide to like edit my videos. Like, I don't think I'm gonna. I just kind of like the organic. I turn it on, whatever happens happens. I quite love videos like that. I love watching videos like that. There was like one girl, her name was like Norma ASMR, and I loved her videos because they were so like organic, and like there would be like she would like mess up in the videos sometimes and stuff like that, and it just wasn't perfect. And I loved how candid they were. Like, I don't know, I found that to be relaxing, and they were entertaining and funny. So that's why, like, when I like just whenever there's like little, you know, things that go wrong in my videos, I don't edit them out because I don't feel the need to do it. Like, I just kind of like a candid, I mean, as you see, this is quite a lo-fi candid. That's like my style, to be honest. I'd love to get to a point where I'm like doing it with like full-on cameras, but I literally just don't even know how I would do that. Like, I don't even know how to connect a microphone to a camera to do that. So yeah, I don't know, for now I'm into this lo-fi vibe. But anyway, I just want to do a ramble. You guys know I love to do a ramble video and just yap and yap and yap. Like, that's like my favorite thing to do. It's kind of like a podcast, to be honest. But something that happened this past weekend, which is a good reminder of always having money in your savings. It's funny because I had no money in my savings for this. I just got lucky that I hit my taxes hit 2 days before this went down. But my car, so it has been acting a little funny for like the last couple of months, and of course, in true Rashid fashion, like, I ignored it and I put it to the last minute because I was just like, I am not, because I know that if I take it to the dealership, that's gonna be like $1,000 gone at least, because they're gonna find some problem with it that's gonna be costly, and it's not gonna be cheap, and I just have ignored it. So basically, my collision assist, which I don't know what exactly it does, like, I guess assists with avoiding collisions. I don't know, I have a funny feeling, and I have a weird feeling that that's kind of like what it's supposed to do. But basically it would just stop working. Like, it would just say like collision assist unavailable or something, and then my car would just kind of act up and it would just start locking. Like, the main thing that it would do is it would just like, oh my gosh, my mind is like blanking right now. Like, what would it do? Oh, well, the brake switch does not work as much. Like, I'd have to, sometimes I'll be driving, my car is very like sensitive, like the brake pedals are sensitive, and so is the gas, so it's like I can barely tap at it and it's gonna like brake pretty well. I don't have to step my foot on the brake to like brake, you know what I mean? It's one of those, it's very reactive. So I was stepping on it with that in mind, and my car just wouldn't brake. It just kept going because the collision assist, I guess, is connected to that. I don't know. And so it just like wouldn't brake in that way, and it would just keep going, and that's not safe, I know. Thankfully, that's only happened when I've been at like a stop sign or something. It's never happened with a car in front of me, and even if it did, I doubt that I'd hit the car, because it's not like that dramatic of like a delay. It's just a slight delay that is very apparent. And also, the steering wheel would lock up a lot, so the steering wheel, like, I'd have to put a lot of force into it, like more force than I normally would, to get it to steer, because that collision assist thing not working. That's been the only thing, and that's been happening for like months, and I've kind of ignored it because I'm just like, I mean, if I just turn my car off and turn it back on over and over and over again, eventually it just goes away and it goes back to normal. So, but the clown came back to bite. Like, it caught up to me. I was aware that it needed to be serviced a long time ago. Like, it's been saying that it needed to be service, and I was like, servicing my car is like $800 or something. I don't know what my dad says. So, you know, so I was just like, I don't want to do this right now. I don't want to deal with this. So I just really, and I was gonna do it. Like, I know that everyone says that I was going to, and I was gonna service it. I was waiting for my tax return. Okay, my tax return like was gonna cover like a good amount of that, pretty much all of it, and I'd still have money left over. That's what I thought. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait. So, no, my car did not give me that option of waiting. It did not. I was at lunch, and I was going on my lunch break, and I was gonna get Chipotle, and I was just going to get my Chipotle bowl, and I was just going at the red light, and I pulled out of the parking lot of my job. I wasn't on like a main road. It was like right in front of an intersection, so it's like right in front of a light. Oh my gosh, you can see the Q-tip. I put a Q-tip, so basically I lost this off. I'm gonna get back on track, okay? I lost the little thing that's supposed to go in here to keep this stiff, because it just kept falling, because I took it out because I wanted to hold the microphone in my hand, and I don't know where it went, so I put this Q-tip here and wrapped it around to keep it, because I'm resourceful like that. Anyway, that's what that is, if you're wondering. So I stopped at the red light. My car was working fine, but up until this point, I stopped at the red light. All of a sudden, a red message says, service, do not shift gears, and it would not let me shift the gears, and it would not do anything. I kept turning it off and on. My gears would not shift, nothing. I could not drive this car. So I'm sitting in this intersection. I'm not in the middle of it. I'm at the light. But, I cannot, like, move. And so I put my hazards on, and I'm just like, OMG, what do I do right now? Everything that I've always been told to do when I'm having car troubles and I'm out flew out of my mind. The main thing that I did was I was like, girl, I'm hungry. How am I gonna get my Chipotle bowl? This is like really not good timing. But I just immediately called my car's dealership. Basically, I called them and I was like, so I'm stuck on the road. I'm gonna need you guys to come tow my car. I should have just called AAA because my parents have AAA, and I didn't think about it. I don't know. I didn't know what to do. So I just called them, and I had my friend / coworker bring me my tote bag that I left at work because I have my handbag and my tote bag, and I was like, I'm obviously not returning to work. My car is like, you know, obviously I'm going home. So I call the dealership. They send over a tow truck. It takes 2 hours. Two. I'm sitting there for 2 hours causing a bunch of traffic while people are like just sitting behind me with my hazards on. They're coming behind me. They're sitting behind me. It's like causing a bunch of traffic in this little mall ring intersection that I just don't think typically gets that busy, but it just caused a lot of traffic. And I know I was not going to get out and push my car. No way. I was not getting out of my car at all. I was so mortified, to be honest. I was so embarrassed because I was like right by my job, and I was like, oh my god, my coworkers are gonna see me, and this is just embarrassing. So I wasn't getting out of my car for that reason. And also, look at me, like, I'm not pushing my car. Like, I'm sorry, but no, I'm gonna sit here and everyone can go around me. Like, I'm sorry, but like, no, like, it's a little intersection. It's not that serious. So yeah, all these people kept looking at me in my car. Some people were really sweet though, and they pulled off and they asked if I was okay, and like asked if I needed help, and I was like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. These like butch lesbians pulled over and offered to like help me push my car into traffic, and I was like, I'm good. In hindsight, I should just like let them help me push it out of traffic, but I was like, again, I'm not getting out of my car because it's like so embarrassing. And I'm just like, at this point I was just like on my phone on Instagram Reels, like just waiting for the tow company. Like, I was just like literally like just like leaving the situation mentally. Like, I was just like leaving the situation mentally. Like, I was just sitting in the car and I was chilling and everything was fine. So that happened. So I was there for about 2 hours. I towed my car. They do the inspection, and I know that taking your car to a dealership is kind of a ripoff. Like, I know they're gonna overcharge you, but I feel like for my car, I was just like really nervous about taking it to someone else, and I don't know. I was encouraged to just take it to a dealership, so I did. At first, when he inspected it all, he said my total was gonna be $2,500, and no way. does that I do to my car. Also, by the way, after my car had gotten towed to the dealership, the guy who towed it test drove it, and it started working perfectly fine. Literally, when he got to the dealership and let the car down, because at this point the dealership was already closed. He just like put it in there, and it worked perfectly fine. So love that. But I asked him for the most essential bare bone things. Like, what are the things that I like you would say that I need to do now so I don't have further damage? And all of those things totaled to, I think it was like $700, but I had a coupon. I had an inspection coupon, and that took off $150, so it ended up being like 15 something. So I was like, that's great. That's like great. That's a lot better than 2,500. So also the tires were fucked. Not to cuss, but they were really messed up. But I knew that. I've been known that. Like, there was no tread. The tires were bald. They were absolutely bald. Like, to the point where like it was raining and I could see my reflection in the tire. Like, it was terrible. So I just get that. I just suck it up and I go and I just like pay it. And luckily, when I went to pick up my car, I think they made a mistake. I don't know, but it ended up being only $1,300. I think that they like either they gave me a deal, or the guy, because it wasn't the same advisor guy who rang me out because he was on his lunch break. It was some other guy, so I think he might have like calculated it wrong. I don't know. I wasn't saying anything though. I just went in and I paid my $1,300 because I needed to get new tires. And at first, they tried to get me to get new tires through them, but that was gonna be $1,000, and I was like, discount tire, honey. I'm going to discount tire, and that's exactly what I did. And I only paid like $300 for 2 new tires and a new windshield wiper, which is not terrible. So in total, I spent like $1,600 on my car. And that was like the majority of my tax return, and the rest of my tax return, what did I do with it? I don't know. See, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. 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 It probably just like some kind of Klarna bill or something. I have no clue. I know that I did buy a package for laser hair removal. I did do that. That was probably the rest of it, to be honest. Because I am sick of growing facial hair. Like, let's talk about that. Obviously, I mean, look at me. I don't want facial hair. I don't ever want that. I want it gone forever. And I've always wanted to do laser, but I was like, I've heard everything, so I've taken my time to do like my research on it to make sure it's a good fit for me and it's safe for me and my skin tone, because I've heard horror stories. And I found a good laser, the correct laser for my skin tone. It's the YAG laser for deeper skin tones. And I found a Groupon package. It was like $400 for 6 sessions with a really popular laser removal company. It's called Sev. The Kardashians go there apparently in LA. But they have one where I live in my city. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself to this because I've been wanting this for a while, and I think that it'll make a difference, because the biggest problem that I have with my skin right now is my razor 5 o'clock shadow. Though I do a really good job. I mean, it looks a little iffy, like you can kind of see, I think. But I feel like I do a really good job at covering my 5 o'clock shadow area. Like, I use a color corrector, the Huda Beauty one, and I set that, and then I use a concealer over it, and I do a really good job at covering it. But my 5 o'clock shadow is bad. I've seen a lot worse, so I'm like, it's not like, though it could be worse, but it's still bad. Like, it's still like, when it's I have to have makeup on, I'm still kind of insecure about that. And I also have like razor bumps as well. Again, like, it's worse. I've seen a lot worse with the razor bumps. I have a really good like shaving routine, and I use a safety razor. All of the things that I do in terms of shaving, that is like the things that I could do to best shave and avoid as much razor bumps and razor burn as possible. So, could be worse, but still not great. And so I've done it for so long, but I'm so over it. Like, I don't want facial hair anymore, so I just was like, it's finally time for me to do something about it. And once I do this, and hopefully it works, I'll be able to really get on track with my skincare, and I'll be able to like get the skin I really want, because like the number one thing that's like holding me back from the skin that I really, really want is my razor bumps on my face. That is the number one thing. I don't even feel like investing a lot of use tretinoin and like wash my face. That's about it nowadays. And moisturize. I use some other things too, but like I used to have a crazy, like I had like a 12-step care routine back in the day, but I don't feel like I need as much now. And I also, again, don't feel like really locking into it, because I feel like the only way for me to address my skincare concerns, the things that I'm the most concerned about, is getting laser hair removal and getting rid of the facial hair, because that's the number one cause of why my skin is not looking the way I want it to be. So hopefully that works. I'm excited about that. I'm going in like 2 weeks. I was gonna go on Wednesday, but I was informed that I cannot use tretinoin and get laser hair removal apparently, which makes sense to be honest, but basically it makes your skin too sensitive for the razor, so they lower power. So they advise waiting oh my god, I have a cat in my mouth as always. They advise waiting 2 weeks before your appointment and then 2 weeks after before you use tretinoin. Basically I could never use tretinoin because I'm gonna be getting laser hair removal basically like once a month, so I can't use it for a while, which kind of sucks because tretinoin is something that keeps my skin together. Like, it makes my skin so soft, and it's like, oh my gosh. But I'm also like, it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. It really is, especially if the laser is gonna work. So my plan is to do the laser and do it until I get as much facial hair removed as possible, because again, with laser, it's a mixed basket. Like, it could work really well for you, or it could not. I've seen a lot of like black people who grow facial hair get laser removal and it changes their skin, and their results are my dream basically. And I've seen some talk about how it didn't really work for them because their hair is just so coarse. So it's just a mixed bag. I have to really see for myself if it's gonna work. I'm taking the risk to spend that money to see. I think it's worth the risk. I hope that it'll work, but in the event that it does, I'm gonna do it as much as I can and eliminate as much hair as I can with laser, because laser can be permanent, but it's not as foolproof as electrolysis, which is different. Laser is just, you're zapping all the facial hair with the laser, and it's kind of like popping the hair out, I guess. Electrolysis is they're literally like, I guess, zapping each and every individual hair follicle, and it's very labor intensive, very expensive, and it's just very time consuming. And I don't want to do that when I have just my regular facial hair growth, because I will be in there all day and I'll have to probably spend thousands of dollars on it. I'd rather do laser and in bulk eliminate as much hair as I can, and on the more stubborn areas I will go into electrolysis and have them zap those areas that are the most stubborn that cannot be eliminated with laser. That's my plan. And then also, if the laser removal works, I plan on lasering my entire body. I do. Like, I'm for sure my chest for sure, because that area, I get razor bumps in that area, and my chest hair grows back like light work. It grows back. I shave it grows back. By the end of the day, it's annoying. My stomach, same thing. Like, zapping. I'm going to literally be laser down, but we're starting with the face, because like that's like the most important thing for me, is to get that taken care of. Like, that is the mug is the most important for me. So I'm so excited about that. Like, hopefully that really works, because if it does, I mean, it's gonna be so life changing. Like, I will be so happy to not have to shave every single day, because I literally do not want any facial hair on my face ever, so I shave every single day. And if you shave, I 100%, let me tell you, you need to use a safety razor. Do not use those little Gillette 4 blades. Don't use the electric, none of that. Get a safety razor with regular razor blades, and I swear your shaving routine you will never have as smooth of a shave as you will with that. It is definitely a learning curve, because you can cut yourself really badly with it. It's a razor blade, and I have definitely cut myself really bad, but it's 100% worth it. I recommend that, and I recommend exfoliating your skin first every couple of days and then shaving after. And I recommend, like, that, you will have the best shave you've ever had in your life if you don't want to get laser hair removal or don't have the means to do it. That's something that I recommend. Like, do not stop using those 4-blade Gillette razors. That is terrible for your skin. That's why your skin looks like that. Do not use that. Use a 1-blade razor. skin looks a lot better since using it. It's not like, you know, perfect. It's obviously not. That's why I'm getting laser. But it looks a lot better. We're a lot better. Also, you save a lot of money. You don't have to buy. You don't have to keep buying the razors. And you also don't have to keep buying cartridges, which is what I have to do. What I had to do when I was using the Gillette. And the electric razor is terrible. Like, that made my... That, honestly... I don't think my 5 o'clock shadow was really that bad before I started using electric razor. There's something about the electric razor that really messed my skin up so badly. I used it for a year, and I feel like my razor bumps and burn was worse than it was when I was using the Gillette razor. I'm not gonna lie. It was just terrible. But with the safety razor, you can shave against the grain and down, and you will not break out. I used to break out really bad when I would use F4 blade up against the grain. It would be terrible. That's my little piece of advice. I mean, I can go on and on about that. What else? I got this Gucci bag by Tom Ford. I fucking hate it. I'm not gonna lie. It's just not my style, so it will be going on eBay. Like, it's so, like, I understand. I vintage shop a lot, so it's like, I know the name of the game, you know, and it's like, I know the risk. I know that there's a chance that I will get this item and I'm not gonna like it, and I'm gonna think it's terrible, and I'm not gonna like it, and I'm very accepting of that, and I'm very willing to take that risk when I'm shopping. But that bag, oh my gosh, if I could go back and not buy that bag, I would. Like, I try not to regret. I try, like, in life with everything, I try not to regret, because it's, especially when it's things that I can't undo, I can't return it. But it just kind of sucks, because it's just like, that's kind of loud. It's so ugly. Like, I want to show it, but it's across the room and I don't feel like grabbing it. But, like, it had potential. It's just so big, and it's way bigger than I thought it would be. And it just does not look right. It's just not cute. And I'm just like, I'm really upset about it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm trying to just, like, be like, whatever. It's life, and, you know. But I'm like, damn. I could have gotten something else. So now, but the good thing is, like, I'm gonna resell it on eBay. It's not a big deal. It'll resell. It's like, it's a pretty good, like, archive piece. And I didn't spend like that. I might have spent like a you know, a lot on it. It was like $800, and I don't like it. But I'm sure I can at least make that back, you know, when I resell it, and maybe I can get something else with that. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to save money this year. Like, I was just like, you know, like, I was like, let me just treat myself before I lock into saving. But now I'm like, I really wish I would have just gotten a Fendi baguette. Like, I started to. I really wanted a vintage Fendi baguette, but I was just like, I saw that and I got so sidetracked by it that I was like, I'm gonna get this. And now I'm regretting my life choices because I don't like it. It's not cute at all. It's really not. It looks like a thrift bag. It looks like a bag that I got from a thrift store. It just does. Like, it just looks like a thrifted bag. Like, it's not giving at all. It's not giving what I thought it was gonna give. I was gonna have today's, like, I had like a little Valentine's Day outing, and I'm wearing this dress that's like super, oh, I love this dress so much. It's like so cute. Oh my gosh, like, look at the sleeves. Oh, I love it. It's vintage Jean Paul Gaultier. It's so, oh my god, this is like my favorite dress that I own. It's really one of the only dresses that I own that I like. I'm not a dress person. I'm more into like skirts and blouses, but this dress is so, oh my gosh, I love this dress so bad. Like, I cannot, like, this is something that I will keep forever and I will always wear. Like, this is my second time wearing it. It's just, look at the sleeves. Ugh. So beautiful. I found it on the Real. I think it was like $200, which is not bad. It's not bad for a Jean Paul Gaultier dress. Like, not bad at all. I feel like that was a really good find. It's stunning. It's very like 1930s or 1920s. It's very like, it's just, it reminds me so much of that era, and it has kind of like a little bit of shoulder padding to give me that like sharp, a little bit more of a structured look, which I always love. And I was gonna wear the little bag with it because I was like, the bag is like, it has like silk on the front. It's like a vintage Gucci Tom Ford kimono bag, and it looks so cute online. But then I got it and I was like, this is just like not, this is not my style, and this is like not, I don't like this. So that will be going up on my eBay, and it's gonna be okay. Someone's gonna buy it, and I'll get my money back, and it'll be fine. That's just life. When you do vintage resale. I mean, when you shop vintage, that's just the risk you take. Sometimes you're gonna get things that you don't like. That's happened many times. I've gotten so many things that I absolutely deeply love that I'm not gonna let, like, that one little thing, like, I'm not gonna, like, cry over spilled milk and be, like, not upset about it. It is what it is. I didn't like it. It's okay. It's just, that's just, it'd be like that. I should have known, looking at it, I should have known that I wasn't something that I was gonna like. I should have known. But no. It's okay though. It's okay. What else is there to talk about? I don't know. I think that's like literally it. I'm just growing my hair out, which I talk about in every video. I guess every video is gonna be a progress video. Look at my hair. Like, oh my gosh, we're getting to like a mini afro stage. Like, I think by the end of the year my hair is gonna be so thick. Like, I just know, because the oils that I'm using in the Mary Ruth hair growth vitamin is like really just, it's working. It really is. Like, my hair naturally does grow at a fast rate, but I think this is way faster than it normally is. Also, I feel like this area is thinner because when I was little I used to pluck at my hair, so I've always had like bald spots here, but like even the bald spots are literally growing back, and I'm growing edges, as you can see. And these bald spots are getting a lot fuller than they used to be, which is so cool. So I am loving it so far. Like, I'm really excited. I don't know exactly what I'm doing with my hair, but I'm loving it. And yeah, I still don't know what my hair texture is, but because it's like I have visible curls, kind of. When you look at this side, like, I feel like I have visible curls. You can't really see on camera, but you can kind of. I don't know what my hair texture is. I think it's either 4B or 4C. Like, I don't know, girl. But I don't know. I love it. I'm excited. Like, I'm happy that I stopped bleaching it, to be honest, because I got very sick of that. Like, I got very sick of like touching my head, and it was just very brittly, and like, just like, now it's like, at least it's a little softer. Like, remember when I did, if you were even there for that, I have an old video where I did random triggers, and I did like a hair on, like, I put my hair on my microphone. I did something like this. That still sounds good, but I'm sure that sounded like even crazier back then because my hair was so brittle because I used to bleach it really intensely without a care in the world. So I'm kind of happy that I'm over that. And last thing I want to talk about is I've been locked into the gym, and I've been loving it, to be honest. Like, eventually when you go to the gym so many times and make it just a thing of like, I have to go 3 times this week, you will do it. Like, you will. It's hard. The hardest thing when it comes to getting in the gym is just getting started. That's the hardest thing. And I've been locked in, and I feel like I've seen a result. Like, first of all, I feel like I've lost some weight in general because I feel like I gained weight 2 years ago, and I didn't look crazy. Like, I don't think you could really tell, but it's like, when I looked at pictures of me, like, at 18, I was like a stick. I was so skinny, and I miss that, even though I was only skinny because I had an eating disorder. We're not gonna go there. So yeah, but I miss that body though. Like, oh my god, I miss it. But I'm like, I'm not that interested in going back to those eating habits. I'm really not. But I like my physique right now. I just want to like slim my stomach down a little bit more and like get and like tone up my stomach. Like, I'm obsessed with FK Twig's body. Like, oh my gosh, like her striptease video, her body. I've always known Twigs has an amazing body. She's always had a great body, but like, her physique is, oh my gosh. I just love, like, I love the wave skinny look. I love that, but I also love just fit, the in shape look. You see toning, like on the arms, you see like muscle, like Carrie Bradshaw's body, like you see abs. Like, I'm obsessed with that. To be honest, I'm at a point. I used to want the wave skinny, like heroin chic kind of look, like when I was in high school. So yeah, and I like was kind of like I was skinny. But now I think I've evolved past that. Like, I kind of like, I'm more into like insane. Her arms were insane, and that's why I've been working. I usually don't work. I used to not work out my arms because I was like, but I've been working out my arms because I want to be toned like that. Like, her arms were crazy. So I'm seeing a lot of definition in my legs. Like, I've really been working on my legs, to be honest, because I do the treadmill at a really high incline and I go really fast, so that works my legs. And then I do weights on my legs and stuff. My legs and my butt look so good right now. I'm like gagging. I can't, but I feel like legs are so easy. It is so easy to build your legs. Like, it doesn't take much. It doesn't. Like, I barely do anything to them at the gym. I feel like I already have just nice legs naturally, and so if I barely work my legs, automatically, like, they're gonna look good. So that's like, but my butt looks crazy. Like, my butt looks the best it's ever looked. So I'm loving that. My stomach is just so hard. I don't know what it is about toning your stomach, but it's just so hard. Like, that I'm really, really working out. I work at my stomach the most in the gym, yet I don't see that much. Like, I see a little difference. Like, my stomach definitely looks slimmer, for sure. It looks better than it did, but I don't see that much toning. And it's like, I know that stomach takes a long time, but it's like, it's annoying. Like, I feel like the stomach is the hardest area to tone. If anyone has advice for that, I'm all ears, because I think that is like the number one thing that I want, is a flatter stomach. I know that diet's important, and I have been eating healthier. I've been eating right. I feel like I've always eaten pretty clean. I fell off the wagon a little bit, like, for like 2 years. I fell off the wagon a little bit, but even then, like, I feel like I still was conscious of what I was eating, and I've always been a clean eater. So, but I feel like I've really been logging in and trying to stay under my calorie deficit and trying to do better at that. But it just takes forever for me to like really like lose weight in that area and like tone that area. So yeah, I like the way it looks. Like, I don't mind my body. I like my body right now, but I would love if I could just like tone that area more and get it more into the way I want to look at it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this video here because I've been rambling for too long and I'm sleepy and I need to clean my room, and no one is watching this again anyway. Nobody's watching this for 30 minutes. So, but if you did watch, thank you so much for watching. You are so real for that. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I always try to say that I'm gonna be more consistent with this, but like, who knows? I